We're here at Mariposa Talks 2019 Mariposa Folk Festival. I got Scott Cook across from me. I saw you out on the water, Scott, yesterday, and you had me in tears with the Grandpa song right away. And I pushed my way through a crowd and was crying after pushing my way through all these people, so it was funny holding the camera. Let's start with a little bit about yourself. What got you into music? What was your biggest influence growing up?
When I was 15, I started playing gigs in a punk band back in high school with some buddies. I guess my buddies were my biggest influence. I guess they still are now, you know. Yeah. That stage you saw me on yesterday, those are some of my biggest influencers right there, right? Corin Raymond and Dave Gunning and Steve Poltz. Just my contemporaries, I suppose, have always been what's pushing me onward. Was doing that in high school and had a lot of fun at it. I didn't think I was going to make a career out of it or anything. And then just dabbled in a whole bunch of different projects, played some melodic hardcore, played some trip hop stuff, did some hip hop, did some electronic music, drum and bass in particular. Started playing roots rock and reggae when I lived over in Taiwan with a group over there. We started doing little tours back in Canada. Kind of through doing those 1 month misadventures, I started thinking I might want to give it a try full time.
And no regrets, obviously.
Yeah, no regrets. 12 years now that I've been living out of the van and traveling around full time. There was charms about it for sure, but it was also a grind. You know, I was playing in bars a lot and just being ignored most of the time. Not doing what I'm privileged to do now, which is actually sing songs for people who came there to hear them and are ready to open themselves up to them and have something happen like happened for you yesterday. So we talk about work and what we're reading, why the bastards keep winning, and where we'd move if they did. We talk about who went home with whom at the party last weekend, but eventually we just watch the dogs and kids.
Have you been to Mariposa before?
I've never been to Mariposa.
Never been to Mariposa. So you've had a couple days now here. What's your knee-jerk reaction? What do you think?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's a shame it's only 3 days because there's a whole bunch of stuff I want to do and see. And like I ain't even been to the campground yet. And I know there's jams going on out there. It's a beautiful setting as well. I've been to Orillia before. I've swam in Lake Couchiching before. So just to have the fest plunked right here is gorgeous.
What would you say is the biggest difference you noticed between, you know, Mariposa and other festivals you possibly played, or maybe other gigs?
Feels a little like Canmore for me, with the lakes instead of the mountains. Liz Scott, the artistic director, has really programmed quite a diverse range of talent, even, you know, pop bands and stuff that you wouldn't necessarily see at probably at Canmore Folk Festival. But I think Canadian folk festivals are quite special in their own way. And a lot of that has to do with Mariposa, because Estelle Klein, as you probably know, longtime artistic director, she kind of introduced this format of workshops where artists are on stage swapping songs or collaborating. They don't really do that in other countries, you know, where I've been to play festivals. That's kind of unique to the Canadian festival experience. I think that's a real special thing, and that started here.
So I saw the five of you on stage yesterday, and it looked like you had all played together before, or, you know, it was almost around a campfire type of feel. Yes, everyone did their own song, but everyone had a smile on, and we're kind of jumping in, and I feel like that's something that, you know, you definitely benefited from. Like, it just worked well as a group of five of you yesterday.
They're all great fellas, and they're all friends of mine, so it really felt like sitting around a campfire.
What's the goal from here on for 2019, 2020?
I'm working on a new record. Well, it'll definitely be finished by early 2020. I hope to have it finished in late 2019. That's a string band record that I made with my banjo player, who was here this weekend, Bramwell Park, and a couple Aussie gals, Liz Frenchman, Esther Henderson. Just trying to get that out. That'll be called Tangle of Souls. Bit of a different direction for me. It's really a focused string band record. And I'll be touring in Australia through the fall, through October, November. I'll be in New Zealand in January, and then I'll be releasing that record with kind of a bigger run around the States in March and April, and around Canada in May and June. That's the year ahead. That's about as far ahead as I'm looking seriously at this point.
Yeah, I like that.
Remind me we're alive, Forgive whatever we did. I'm a better person hanging with dogs and kids. I'm a better person hanging with dogs and kids. Can someone just tell Shakura to stop being so funky?